Hey y'all, how you doing today? Danna here, and I'm popping in just to visit with you and see you and to tell you what I've been doing. Oh, and to cook. Of course, I'm going to be cooking something, but I just wanted to say, wow, we made it through the Thanksgiving holiday, and I've been gone for about a week. If you have noticed, my husband and I have been doing some traveling for his work, but also some for my work about cooking and things. And I want to tell y'all a little bit about what I've been doing. But I've missed you guys. And if y'all have missed me, and I hope somebody has, y'all give me a thumbs up because I've missed you guys. And I hope you had a really great Thanksgiving. But now what I want to do is do a few recipes to help us make it through, some healthy recipes, well, kind of, sort of, to help us make it through for the next few weeks, because, you know, we got Christmas coming up, but right now I just want to cook a real simple meal for you that's going to make your family happy. So anyway, I'm glad to see you. Y'all share this and get it going, and let me tell you about what we're doing. First of all, I want to tell you about those new spices that I've got from Y'all brand. And I made something with this one the other day, and I did not tell the family that I had added this, and I made it on this pork loin, beautiful pork loin. Let me make sure I got my pan heating up here. So I've got this pork loin, and I added the one that's called lime pepper. Now y'all, you don't even have to think too hard about this, because on the back here they tell you what this tastes really good on. So if you would like a new recipe for, or a new way to eat this, this is the way to do it, and it's so easy. So what I ended up doing was getting my lime pepper from Y'all brands of seasonings out here. And remember, I've told y'all they know flavor. And what I did is I got my pork loin, and I washed them, patted them dry, and they're ready to go. So now what I'm gonna do is get me some olive oil going in my skillet here. So y'all just let me reach over here and get it. And ooh, here we go. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons in there and just swirl that around. I didn't get a pot holder out. I hope y'all are doing well. I can't wait to tell y'all what I've been up to. Y'all are just gonna be like, the Lord has blessed you, girl. And he has. All right, here we go. These spices, y'all, I can't tell you enough. I bought some for everybody on my Christmas list. They don't know it, so don't tell them. But anyway, so what you just do with these, I just sprinkled it on there. And this is lime pepper, but I'm gonna tell you, you don't need to add, for me and my family, there's some salt in there too. You don't need to add the salt. So I did this, and if you want it heavy, put it heavy. If you don't. But I was telling y'all, I made this for my family, and I didn't tell them. And my son, when he took the first bite, he went, whoa, this is really good. Now, you've got to know my son. He's not real demonstrative about things like that. So I was real happy when I got that response. He's an engineer, and he's quiet and methodical and things like that, but he had a great response to this. So I said, hey, everybody needs to know how good this is going to be. Let me pat this out here, get a good bit on there. And I'm going to tell you what I did after I just pushed it down into it so it would stick to it when I put it in there. Now I'm going to put it in my skillet here. It's hot. Y'all hear that good sizzle? Yum, 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 yum. I'm gonna be so happy and not long. My family is. All right, now I'm gonna cover it with a lid, and y'all know it makes a little bit of a racket. Wipe my hands off good. Let me zip over here and wash my hands and move this out of the way. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Send me some good messages while I'm away. I'll be right back. I washed them as fast as I could, okay? So the next thing, and y'all know these are cooking over here, but I'm gonna move on to the next thing I'm cooking, and that's what we call in the South is fried apples, but it's really sauteed apples. But I'm gonna show you where to find it in my cookbook. It's in Happiness is Homemade, y'all, and it is on page 85. This is my mother's recipe for fried apples is what we call them. But y'all don't let it scare you. It's really sauteed right here. And it just takes 4 apples, 4 tablespoons of butter, sugar if you want it. I don't add sugar to mine, but my mother does. She likes hers sweeter than me. I like mine a little on the tart side, so I add a little bit of lemon juice to mine. And then a dash of salt. And you want this to go with it. Cinnamon sugar. This is y'all brand cinnamon sugar. You don't have to measure or anything. Cinnamon sugar's in there in the right increments, so just grab you some of that. And I'll put the links to all of this stuff up above, to my cookbook, to the y'all brands, and to the other things I'm going to tell you in just a minute. So, let me get ready with the apples. All right. I got 4 apples here. Well, actually 5, because my apples are little. Do y'all ever cook apples? How do you cook your apples? Y'all put me a thing down there. Y'all know I love new recipes on cooking apples. So y'all tell me what's what on what you do with your apples other than making pies. Now, I'm just going to start cutting these, and then I'm going to tell you a few things that's been going on. Now, there we go. This is a little taller than what I'm used to. All right. And my mother cuts hers in slices, and I cut mine in smaller pieces. So how do y'all cut your apples when you're doing this? Let me know. See, I'm going to show you how my mother cuts hers. And they're good. I like them that way. She cuts hers in wedges. But I cut mine smaller so they'll cook faster. But you do it the way you want to, okay? Woo, I'm standing over here by this food, and it's smelling delicious. But I want to remind y'all that pork is done at 165 degrees. So I advise a thermometer. I have my thermometer. And I'll show it to you in a minute, and we'll temp some pork. Ooh, here we go. I should have had part of this done already, and I didn't. So we're going to be talking and cooking. Let me flip over this right quick. Let me get a pot holder. I just can't wait to tell y'all what I've been doing. It's been so fun. Look at that. Y'all, just let me show you how gorgeous is that pork. And it's going to taste divine with that lime pepper on it. Let me get all my stuff lit. Ooh, baby. That looks so good. Y'all, this is what my little thermometer looks like. I have a big one that I use with the turkey and stuff, but this is my little one, and I'll show you me temping that in just a minute. Okay, let me move on with this. Well, I gotta tell y'all that I just had so much adventures lately. The good Lord has seen to it that I've had plenty of adventures. First of all, I ended up in Atlanta for something my granddaughter was doing. And while I was over there, I got to meet this really impressive lady who was doing a lot of things, marshaling together volunteers and trying to help feed people. Now, these were not these people were working people she was trying to help feed, but they were having, they were living paycheck to paycheck, and they needed a little help putting Thanksgiving on the table. And this woman got all these people together, and she got them working together to give out food to so many families that were working paycheck to paycheck. And I'm going to tell you who she was. Her name was Jamel McKenzie. And I was over there for something my granddaughter was doing, but I got to witness this while I was there. People coming and going, and she had volunteers left and right. Everything well organized, giving away meals for lots of families. If you know somebody who does that in your community, y'all give them a thumbs up. Also write their names below. And I thank you for all the people that I got to witness to see doing that. And I got to, of course, I was in there talking to them and thanking them for doing that. And they're just good people and just as nice as they can be. We have at our church, we have a food bank, and we give out food too as well. So y'all, we got to take care of each other all the time, not just at Thanksgiving, but all the time. And this is called Ignite, and the lady's name was Jamel McKenzie, and I told her I'd give her a shout out on here, thanking her for what she's doing to help others. And also, they had to have a whole bunch of men to help, or women, men and women, to help lift things and put them in cars, etc. And I would like to also thank the group members I met from 100 black men of South Metro Atlanta who were there helping give out the food. So y'all, there's good people all over the United States. Do not believe everything you see on the news. We need the news, but we also need to know there's so many good people out there. And I was very impressed with this group and wanted to give them a shout out. And I don't know if you do this, but if you can have a little extra to help people that's hungry, it's what we need to do. So I just want to send this out to them. Thank you, Jamel McKenzie and Ignite and 100 Black Men of South Metro Atlanta. I appreciate what you do. I saw it. The good Lord's going to bless you. I tell you what. All right, y'all, if any of y'all know them, share it with them so they'll see this and that we appreciate what they're doing for humankind. So anyway, let me get back to chopping this up. Y'all would not believe how well organized they had that. And it was just a blessing to behold. So many people coming together to feed each other. And you know what? Those stories don't get on the news. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I just got to tell you, there's food drives going on right now. There's coat drives. There's, you know, because some people are cold. And I just can't stand the thought of people being hungry or cold. So I just say, let's all make a decision that we're going to help our neighbors, whether we know them or not. People like Miss McKenzie goes through all this, and she knows who they are, and she can get that food to them. So anyway, whoever you give through, whatever group it is, just put them down below so it may give somebody an idea of who they want to help. All right, y'all, I went on and on about that, didn't I? I didn't mean to, but I loved watching it, and my granddaughter did great at what she was doing over there. She does cheer competitions, and I have another granddaughter who does gymnastic competitions, so I'll be on to some of that too. And I'm just so proud of all of my grandkids. Ooh, I almost cut my finger. I better watch what I'm doing. But anyway, so just let me know some of the things y'all do to help your fellow man, okay, and your fellow human, because there are a lot of good people out there. But let me tell you what else. I got to travel to Montana with my husband. He had to represent our state out there in Montana at the Sportsman's Caucus. It's about conserving and taking care of animals, and you know, things like that, as well as things about hunting and just all kind of good stuff like that. And I've got to tell y'all, I met some really impressive people from all over the United States. People that love our land and that are trying to take care of it and love taking care of the animals, the stewardship of the animals. And also they had there some chefs. Now let me show you several of the things that I got to do, and then I'll show you one, and then we'll get to cooking again. The first thing I saw was this chef that I have watched on television before. He's a chef from England, but he comes over here sometimes, and he hunts, and then he prepares food with what he gets. And I have his book here called Fit for Table, which I bought this for my husband. But anyway, his name is Mike Robinson, and I got to watch him break down partial venison, a part of a venison carcass, and also he cooked, and I got to taste of his food, and it was a class, so I got to watch him do all of that stuff. And I'm gonna put a link to his stuff. His stuff is called Farming the Wild, and I'll put a link up above, and it's very interesting, and his food was delicious. And he has restaurants in England, and he comes over here and does some of that too. So not restaurants, but hunting. All right, now let me move on with all this cooking I'm doing here. Woo. All right, I'm going to tempt one of these and just see how they're doing before I take them out. Ooh, I'm going to tempt that big one right there. Now what I do is hold it up like this, and then I push that right down in the middle. Woo, 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 it's hot, man. And you want it to get up to 160, 165. 165 is when it's done. But you know, you don't want to overcook it, because if you overcook it, then it gets dry. Okay, we are right there at it. It's still going. Okay, This is gonna be so good. Y'all are gonna love me when y'all taste of this. Okay, we're at 160. I'm taking it off. And I'm gonna put it right here in my beautiful pan. Y'all see my brown drip stuff? I just love my brown drip. My Hull and McCoy. I have some of both. Most of it is Hull brown drip. Oh goodness, that looks so good. And I cooked it in olive oil, but I'm gonna put a little bit of this juice over the top of it because I like the juice. And this seasoning that I'm putting on there, that juice is delicious. Remember, it's lime pepper. Okay. Now look, y'all, I know that I'm jumping around, but my cookbook is on major sale right now for Christmas. So if you've got somebody that you want to give this to, y'all, we need to cover this up. So I'm going to do that. I think you probably need to get one for yourself and give one to your family so that everybody will have one of my cookbooks. Hold on just a minute. It's on sale, the biggest sale we've ever had. It's $24 and a few cents. So get on My Happiness is Homemade, get on Amazon and you can order it. And it'll come right to your house. All those gifts, people you don't know what to buy for, go ahead and get them one of those cookbooks. All right, y'all write below who you're buying the cookbook for and give me a thumbs up, all right? Okay, now I'm gonna cook these apples. The first thing we're gonna do is turn the heat up a little bit and get some butter on there. Y'all, these cooked apples are a good thing when you're tired of all the rich food that you've been eating at Thanksgiving. Because you know, after a while eating all that stuff, you want something that tastes fresh. So what you're going to do with this is just melt your butter and then get ready to put your apples in. And this is so easy because if you already have your y'all cinnamon sugar and it's already mixed up, you don't even have to put any mixing into it at all. But this is what we do first. This is real easy. I told you I made this the other night for my family and they loved it so much. I thought, oh, I got to show my friends this stuff. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope y'all are doing okay. Y'all tell me what's going on with you. Right now here in Alabama, which is where I'm at, it's very rainy. It's gonna be rainy all week. My husband's at the farm working and I'm here doing this stuff since we got back in from Montana. Hold on, I gotta get something. You know, I like gadgets. If y'all like gadgets, give me a thumbs up. And I saw them using this on different things recipes I would watch. So I got me one. This is so cool. It's even got measurements on it. All right, we got this going and I've got this on medium high and now I'm dropping the apples in. And remember, I cut mine smaller than my mother does. She likes the big pieces. I like the smaller pieces. And I'm gonna see how much I can fit in my pan because they are gonna shrink a little bit. Now remember, y'all tell me how you do your apples. We call them fried apples in the South, but really they're sauteed in butter, but you know, at least they're sauteed. All right, when you get them all in there, I'm gonna do a few sprinkles of salt. You just need a little dab of salt. And then I'm gonna add the cinnamon sugar as they're cooking. When I get it open, there we go. Okay, I put probably 1/4 of a cup in there. Now, something else that I do that Mother doesn't do, I always add a lemon because I like it tart. My mother likes it sweet, I like it tart, and that's okay. Do with the one that your family likes. So I'm gonna do this. This is just a very, very juicy lemon, so I'm only doing half of it because it's very juicy. And then I'll taste of it later. Y'all know we gotta taste our food, so I'll taste of it later. And then if it needs more of something, I'll add it. But let me get my little dish here. All right. Start turning this around. And my mom's advice in the recipe is when they start getting translucent, they're done. So, and you can serve these apples over biscuits. You can serve them with toast. You can put them on top of your beautiful pork loin, which is what I'm going to do later. They're so pretty. And let me tell you what kind of apples I used. I used what I had in my refrigerator left over from Thanksgiving. I used 2 Granny Smiths and 2 Honeycrisp. But use whatever you've got. The recipe calls for Golden Delicious. Use what apples you got. Now while this is cooking, oh, it's looking so pretty and it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. I'm going to tell you about my other adventure that I had with a person, a known person. I got to meet Ethan Becker. Now, if you know anything about this cookbook, The Joy of Cooking, first of all, if you have The Joy of Cooking in your cookbook arsenal, raise your hand or give me a thumbs up, okay? Do you have The Joy of Cooking? And do you know the history of The Joy of Cooking? Well, I've had this one for a while in my arsenal of cookbooks. And y'all, this was originally written back in the 1930s by Ethan Becker's grandmother. And so grandmother had it for years, then passed it down to mother for years, and Ethan Becker took care of the book for years, and now he's passed it down to his son to take care of the book, to make sure it's reprinted responsibly, etc. So I got to meet Ethan Becker and have a knife skills class with him, and it was so amazing. And we got to talking about cookbook and cooking, and he left with both of my cookbooks after I had signed them, and I was just thrilled that he wanted my cookbooks. And so anyway, I'll post a picture later, both with Ethan Becker from The Joy of Cooking, as well as Mike Robinson from Farming the Wild, and I'll post them later on my page, okay? But anyway, it was awesome having that knife skills class and hearing him talk about his mother writing The Joy of Cooking. I had so much fun out there. And you know what else we did while we were in Montana? We went to Yellowstone. Now, most of Yellowstone is closed right now. Only 60 miles are open. But what we ended up doing is we got on a tour, and we took the tour through there, and we saw so many wild animals. Y'all, it was so good. The Lord truly has blessed me. And y'all know I prayed the prayer of Jabez. So I'll post that up there too. Y'all look at the prayer of Jabez. And when you pray the prayer of Jabez for enlarging your territories, the Lord will enlarge your territory. He wants you to be successful and have a really good life. So I'm just telling you, I've been praying that for decades, and the Lord has truly blessed me with a lot of wonderful trips, events, and people and happenings in my life that I could never have foreseen. So I just want to encourage y'all and say thank the Lord for taking good care of me and my family through the good times and through the bad, and for giving me this recipe from my mama for these fried apples, although they're really sauteed. All right, now I'm going to have to taste one of these, and they're very, very hot, so hold on a minute. I got to see where we're at on it. Y'all know good cooks taste their food, don't they, before they serve it. So y'all give me a minute. Let me blow on this. This is really hot. I'm just going to put it there and just let it sit for a minute. Y'all, this looks so good. I can tell it's about done. After you've been cooking for as long as I have, you can tell stuff like that. But this is about done, and the juice is getting more thick. But I do have to taste it and see if I've got too much lemon or too much of what. So wish me luck. Oh my goodness. That is really good. But I'm going to put a little more sugar in it, because that was a very prolific. This is cinnamon sugar right here from y'all. This is so handy. But anyway, that was a very generous lemon. Who knew? Sometimes I get lemons and they won't give me any juice. So I know there's hints of stuff you can do. All right, I'm going to taste it one more time. It's very hot. I hope y'all are doing well and y'all are thinking about our holidays ahead. I know I had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'm just going to tell you, I was so blessed. My family was here, and we ate and I cooked all that wonderful food. But I'm going to tell you, after it was over, I was one tired puppy, and we had to get on a plane and head out to Montana. So we did, and I had a blessed time out there. It was wonderful, relaxing, and Montana's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state. And I highly recommend, if you get a chance to go there, to bebop on over, because it is gorgeous. And then we went into Wyoming to the Yellowstone, and I'm going to tell y'all, God did a beautiful job of all of that area. And it's not something we see down here in the South much, but I truly enjoyed it. And one day it was 7 degrees while we were there. I made it all right. I had plenty of clothes on. Oh, y'all, you're going to love me when you make these apples and this pork, okay? And let me show you what it looks like. My husband's he's going to love me even more. And that's the goal, isn't it? Keeping the hubby and the kids happy. All right, I'm going to plate this up and show you how I'm going to plate it, because I think it's pretty. And, you know, we want our food to look good. Which one do I want? I want this one right there. Oh, how pretty that is. Cover that back up for the rest of the crew. Ah, and I almost dropped it on my toe. Hang on a minute. All right, let me get me some of these. Oh my goodness. Oh my good, y'all, it smells so good, it looks so good. Butter, apples, cinnamon, sugar, what is not to love about that? Let me turn that off and flip that around so I don't knock it over. Okay. All right, I'm about ready to taste, if I find my fork. Give me another one. All right, y'all, here we go. The proof's in the pudding, or should I say the pork. Oh, it's looking good. Get me an apple or two on there. I'll get one right now because it's pretty full. Y'all, this stuff right here, this lime pepper, it takes it over the top. That is delicious. It's a little hot too. I've got some where this juice from the apples are on top of this too. Y'all, you just can't beat this. You just can't beat it. It's an easy way to liven up your pork. That's good. That last bite was just for you because I knew you wanted one. Okay, y'all, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. First of all, share this so other people can see it. And y'all, send me a heart. I've missed you, so I'm sending you a big heart right now. And y'all, the good Lord loves you, and he really does. And I love you too. Y'all go get my books for Christmas presents. They're on sale. The good Lord loves you, and I love you too. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.